Adventures in Homebrewing.beer, and today I am demoing this bouncer beer filter. And basically what it does is it's hooked up to my bottling bucket right here, and it goes through, so the beer is going to flow through, and there's a little arrow right there. It's kind of hard to focus in on there. That you want to make sure that the flow is going in the right direction. So basically the beer is going to be coming down here. It'll be filtered through this mesh filter, then it'll come out. Right now I've got this going into a 2.5 gallon keg to start off with, and then I'm going to be having it go with bottles. Basically I'm looking at this as a way to filter out some of the unwanted nasties, and actually this is a great batch to be testing this out with because of the fact that this batch has some whole leaf hop leaves in there. This is a wet hop smash recipe with some homegrown nugget hop that I grew in the backyard and went through and brewed. So basically I just took this from my fast ferment conical fermenter and just siphoned it right over into my bottling bucket, and now we're gonna kind of run this and see what happens. So we've got the beer going through. You'll notice some small bubbles in there as it's going through, and it is currently filtering. Curious to see if there's going to be any hop leaves that shoot through here as it goes, but we'll see. Well, the first good thing I'm noticing is there's not really a change in rate of how fast the beer is flowing from my bottling bucket into my keg here. A couple more bubbles in there, but that could be just my own personal setup. You know, it's from the height that I have, but we're flowing pretty well into the keg here. I can't tell that anything big has come through so far, which I'm okay with. When I'm done filling my keg here, I'm going to be dropping on a carbonation diffusion lid, so that's going to hook right onto my corny keg, and there's a tube with a carbonation stone on it that I will then hook up to my CO2 to force carb this a little bit quicker than normal. So I'll step it up that way, and then I'll be bottling the rest. So as I go through, I'll be able to really kind of get a feel for how much of the particles this beer bouncer is filtering out. I get a feeling that the deeper I go into my bottling bucket here with more stuff down there to get sucked out, that there'll be more that the bouncer will filter out as it goes along. Down in there, you can see that the bouncer did pick up some stuff as it was going through and filtering. It's kind of, you can see a nice chunky style amount that it picked up in there, because that was completely clear. So you can see that it did pick up some stuff in the filtration. So if I go through and I remove this filter, which you can do, kind of awkward left-handed, you can see right in there that that's one less hop leaf that made it into my beer, so that's a good thing. This was a pretty clear beer overall, so I'll be curious to test this again, but for the first shot of it and making sure that it runs okay with my system, I think that's a great thing. Again, this is the bouncer, and It's an inline filter and it hooks right in, and yeah, we'll give this another shot sometime. From Adventures in Homebrewing.beer back again. About ready to give the bouncer a second trial. The first time I went through with a light single hop, single malt beer that had a couple of hops leaves that were in there, and one of them got stuck in there. That didn't make my beer, which was a great thing. The rest of it stayed in the bucket. Now I'm doing a dark malt of the same single hops, of some nugget hops I grew in the backyard, so there's bound to be some more leaves in there. So we're going to give this another shot, and we'll see what it picks up this time. So I'm going to open up the flow of the bottling here. It's going to do a little filling up there. Notice it's starting to fill the tube, and let's see what happens here. I don't expect a lot to get filtered out this time, just due to the fact that there's not a lot to fill out. But like I said in my last installment, I'm looking forward to trying the Mac Daddy, which I got hooked up to the siphon. Had to get a clamp to go with my size tubing. Now, last time it was real easy because of the fact that I was filling a 2.5 gallon keg, so it was filling up right away. This time I'm noticing it's not filling quite as fast, but most of it is filled there. And there's bound to be a little bit of air going here and there. So we'll shut this off and do some bottling, and then we'll explore at the end to see what's left. Bottling my batch, and you'll notice that there's some pieces of particulate in there. It's there. So that's good. You can see that that's the type of matter that got filtered out. You can see it's kind of hard to see with the coloring, but it is there. Boy, these guys are going to love this video. So we'll keep filtering with this and see what happens.